shadow pick up. Which one? That one? Hey everyone, welcome.
Hi.
Welcome to Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee.
We're nearly on time. No delays, no problems with tech.
What happened? And the microphone's working, Mr. O?
Seems to be.
Is it?
It's supposed to be. If you don't hear us, let us know right now. But I think so.
Oh, there it is. Okay, got it. Woo!
And Mercury's retrograde. I'm crossing my fingers anyway.
So we we don't know what to expect today. Obviously, this is a holiday weekend. We think that there'll be less people possibly today, but you never know. So I see only 2 in the chat right now, which is kind of surprising for a Sunday.
And we already have some problems anyways because our internet here where we're at has been intermittently going on and off. We've been losing our signal.
Talk to our evil service provider whose name will not go mentioned here. But of course, they're the biggest game around. So we will have a chat. Hey, Sonali. Hey, Deepshika. So basically, we got a couple things going on today. First off, Mama T, who may or may not be with us today, she's done a lot of little things for us, and we really appreciate her. And we found out her husband's birthday was this weekend, so happy birthday to him. And we're going to start the show and do a birthday reading for him so that we can, she'll be able to watch it later, on the video.
So happy birthday, Rick.
And let's see. So I'm going to start writing the list down. So yes, Mama T's husband's name is Rick. Happy birthday. Angel Mary will be after that. And then my sweet Christina. And then we have Sonali. And then we have Deepshika.
Mm-hmm.
I'm writing it down. And then Lena. Lena, thank you for joining us. I'll get you on the list. Oh, no. Wow. I'm a little worried about my sugar level, but it's not that high. But it is high, so I have to watch myself as well. But, oh, geez, Sonali, I'm
That's
sorry to hear that.
incredibly high.
Okay, a divine message for yourself. We'll keep that in mind when we get to you. Also today, just in case you want it, everybody, we are doing if you'd rather have this in place of a regular reading, we can do a 3-card Mercury retrograde reading for people today to just see how the retrograde is going to go for you if you'd rather have that. So keep that in mind when it's your turn. You may want to go for that instead this time. It's up to you. Okay, so I want to hurry up and do the card for the collective today. And it's going to be from a brand new oracle I got from one of my favorite oracle creators, Denise Lynn. And it's called the Sacred Forest Oracle. I use a number of her decks on the show. I've used her Sacred Destiny recently.
Hi, Apple.
And the Sacred Traveler. Hey, Apple. So, like I said, we can do a Mercury retrograde reading if you'd like when it's your turn. I'll get back into that in a minute, but let's do this collective card. This oracle, I'm sure, is going to be a quick favorite of mine. I have something I'm going to write about in a blog post that immediately this deck resonated to me for a very deep reason, and I will bring it up in a blog post in the future. All right. So let me just cut them for myself and do that and let you pick one, Mr. O.
Alrighty.
They're read upright, so it doesn't matter,
Well, and I have Beauty.
Wow, it's funny that card came up.
Why is that?
Because that's one of the cards that resonated with me in this particular... Oh, well, anyway, you'll have to read our blog someday to find out, but that is one of 2 cards that immediately drew me into this deck for a very personal reason. All right, so let's see, the Wood Nymph. And it is about beauty. Looking fragile, delicate, and luminescent, 3 wood nymphs, sometimes called forest queens, are stretched out in the moss at the base of a tree. Bathing in the moonlight, their flowing gossamer gowns sparkle and shimmer, seemingly made of light. Their dreams and visions, translucent and diaphanous, waver in the air above them. Radiant, glorious beauty is growing within you. Let beauty be your north star to guide you. What feels as well as what looks lovely will sustain and nourish you. Your ability to see inner depths around you is in direct correlation with a remarkable, sumptuous life. Create harmony and peace within your home, even doing so in small ways, such as a vase of flowers, scented candle, can make all the difference. Relax and surround yourself with comfort and elegance. The more you acknowledge beauty in your environment, in yourself, in others, the more it will fill your life. You are truly and utterly gorgeous and lovable, and as you cherish yourself, the luminescence around you will grow. So I'm going to not read the rest of this part, but I want to read the spirit of the wood nymph says, remarkable spiritual beauty is growing within you. Be aware of the beauty that is around you, and splendor will expand in your life. Create beauty in your home, even in the smallest ways, and an inner grace will radiate out from you. So, beauty is more than skin deep. We all know that. And this card of itself just resonates to me because it was very close to a vision I had recently. So it was very interesting when I saw that image because I was like, it was almost like a deja vu feeling. So anyway, Denise Lynn is one of these people I only wish I could have met. I've met some authors. She is certainly one I wish I would have had the opportunity to meet. So anyway, there'll be more on this later. I'm sure I'll be reviewing it on the blog. So what decks do you have for us today, Mr. O?
Sure, I'll show you, and you can talk about the chat room.
Yep, I will.
So I have the Mermaid's Tarot. Tarot of the Mermaids. Whoops. And that's the Ten of Swords from that deck. And then I also have the Dame Fortune's Wheel Tarot. And that's the High Priestess, which in this deck is known as the Female Pope. And that's the back of that one. And then I've also brought along Adrian Tarot. And that is the Seven of Pentacles. They sort of have nice colors, but the pips are not very well symbolized. But some of the other cards are really beautiful, too. What do you have, Banshee?
Indeed. Well, we, of course, have our box of tricks here, our box of runes, I call them, but they're really Lenormand tiles. And then we have, let's see, I've switched to some summer themes. I've brought out the Mermaid's Tarot by Lisa Robertson, and I think Julie Dillon did the artwork on this one. Lisa, and then I have, I like this deck. I want to work with it a little more, and here's a nice watery theme. I have the Eight of Cups in the Animals Divine Tarot, so I've kept this one for now. It's a nice summery deck in a way. And then I brought out the Mystic Fairy Tarot by Barbara Moore, and I forget the artist. It's really beautiful, but it does have a flawed card in here. There's no back on one of the cards, but I figure it's not going to affect the way we shuffle them, so we'll just go and try to use it and see what happens. The Ten of Swords in this deck looks pretty thorny there. All right. And let's see, was that all three? That was all three. Okay.
And I see Angel has joined us. Hi, Angel.
Yeah. So again, before we get started, we're going to do a birthday spread for Mama T's husband, Rick.
Rick,
and
yes.
We're going to see what's up for the year ahead for them. Mama T may not be able to join us. She was a little under the weather today. So, and after that, we'll get to Angel. Mary, my sweet Christina. Sonali wants a divine message. Deep Shika. Lena wants to know about reconciling with husband. Apple and Eve, and then Angel Rivera. And if you want a Mercury retrograde outlook, we can do a 3-card reading for that today instead of another reading if you like. All right.
Okay, my deck?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the birthday spread.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Okay, let's get rolling. Get this one done. It's a little bit longer, so we'll be brief and move through the cards. And hopefully, we had told Mama T to make sure her husband Rick made a wish or focused on a goal, dream, desire that they would like to accomplish in the year ahead. And we'll do this spread to see how it comes out. Hey, Libra Cusp.
Hi, Libra.
All right. We're doing a quick birthday candle spread for Mama T's husband's birthday. Mama T has been just very nice supporter and has sent us things for our set and for ourselves. So we really appreciate her. And we thought we'd do this special birthday spread for her husband's birthday.
All right.
To get the ball rolling today.
Card 1.
Card 1. Card 1 is the lessons that Rick has learned in the past year regarding his wish. Well, the Knave of Coins, I guess...
Sometimes it's like starting all over. Like the knave is the young person, the page, and maybe things had to get a new focus, which sometimes you get too from the page of coins, the page of pentacles, where he sort of has an abstract view at what he wants to focus on next.
The was not an invite to interrupt. So I agree with you, though.
I think you kind of choked there a little, and I seized the opportunity.
He's always seizing the moment, that Mr. O. Mm-hmm. So, the Knave of Coins, yes, is like that. That sometimes, with the work that you put in, you're only hoping for good things to come from it, So I think it is an expectation that, this goal or dream or desire could be a fresh start for you.
He's kind of a version of the Fool, or at least in this deck. Why do I say that? Because he has little dog down at his heels. And so it really is about starting a new venture, perhaps, for Rick.
So the last 3 to 4 months, what's been happening in regards to Rick's wish?
The 6 of Wands.
That's pretty good. That's like a victory. It seems like something's happened that's put you on track towards success.
Right. You've seen more success, so you're hoping to build on that.
Yeah. That's awesome. So what will the next 6 months hold in regards to this goal or desire?
You may be moving on. You may be moving to something you find to be perhaps better. You may have some regrets. You may feel like you haven't done everything, but the move seems to be what you want to do. And it's kind of interesting. You have 2 6s, so it shows that energy of the 6s.
Yeah. And what's really interesting about that is this move. I feel this move and this shift is towards what you're trying to manifest. Better times, better health, better work conditions, whatever it is.
That's a good point. That's a good point, Banshee. Yeah. So it's really a move towards the better.
Okay, so obstacles to overcome in the next year to obtain this wish or goal.
So to some degree, you can't get too emotional about certain matters. You sort of have to apply a measured amount of emotion to how you handle situations or how you handle this feeling.
Well, don't let your heart get the better of you here. Sometimes we have to make more colder, calculating decisions. And, it can be tough sometimes, especially if you're a big-hearted person. But know that you can overcome that and do what you need to do to move forward. So finally, card 5 is the progress made towards achieving that wish by year's end. Oh, my goodness.
You have the Pope. The Hierophant in most decks. I suppose that the progress is really going to be very maintained, that it's really more about just sort of having consistency and going along with the plan.
Right. If you have like an order, a structure, if you put all your ducks in a row, it seems like you're developing that. And that's what's happening here is you're finally getting kind of a routine or a system in place that will allow you to achieve your goal.
So there is one more card.
Yes, there is.
You said finally for the 5th card.
I did, but I did. But
Okay.
the outlook for getting that birthday wish by year's end is going to be the only negative card, right?
Yes,
Well,
unfortunately.
it doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to get it, but it might take a little longer. And I feel like, don't get down on yourself if you don't get it by year's end, because all of the signs are really here that you are moving in the right direction.
The card could pertain a lot to just your own feeling about
Right.
it too, that maybe you don't feel totally positive about it, or that you've lost some of your sense of being successful. So you should try to look at everything that's led you up to that point and just kind of be more open to hoping in destiny, which is really what that star talks about too, in a way.
That's right, So trust the process is all I can say. Don't get down, because everything else looks so good that I'm sure that the star is just indicating to me it's only a matter of time. Don't give up.
Have a great birthday.
Happy birthday. All right.
So now we're going to move on.
We are going to move on. So just a reminder again that if you want a Mercury retrograde 3-card reading in place of another, let us know. We'll do that for you. And we are moving on. Angel Mary, you
Angel
are
Mary
up.
is first.
Angel Mary, then My Sweet Christina, then Sonali, Deep Shika, Lena, Apple, Angel Rivera, and Libra Cusp. Hopefully I did not miss anyone else. I don't think I did. I expect it to be a little slow today. It's a beautiful holiday weekend, and I'm sure people are out and about.
Mr. O has a little bit of tendonitis or arthritis in his hand, if you see him kind of holding his hand there a little bit.
Okay. Let's see. Let's use.
Okay.
Let's do 3 cards and see what we get here.
Mm-hmm.
New decks, always fun. Oop.
Oh yeah, this is one of those slippy slidey ones.
It's slippy sliding. It's the one with the back missing on it. We'll see if that one comes up today. I hope not. It's not a happy card.
Well, it's not the one that just fell out, but I put it back in anyway.
Well, I hope everybody is doing well out there. We're all ready to get back to normal. Everybody, I'm sure. I will still be wearing masks. I don't know. I have to really talk to my doctors to see how safe I am from the coronavirus and other infections right now. But we do have some outdoor gatherings coming up, so we're going to get out and about as well. Okay, so we have the 5 of Cups, and the 5 of Cups is upright. And we have the 7 of Swords reversed. And we have the 6 of Pentacles upright. Okay, so let's see what that was again. So where are you now? Where are you now in this journey? I think you're in a process right now of worries and worrying, or feeling dismayed about, your prospects right now. You're looking at opportunities or things that may have been potentially lost to you, Angel Mary, and not realizing, there's still stuff out there. There's still stuff waiting to be, somebody out there waiting to be discovered. So don't give up. The Six of Pentacles says give more of your time, more of your attention to this, to opening your heart to love, I feel, instead of closing down. And I think you'll find that it will come. It will happen.
I feel the same. I feel that first card, the Five of Cups, kind of colors your mood mostly. It's a sense of not feeling very positive about your outcomes in the emotional area. And I think that sometimes when I look at the Seven of Pentacles reversed for you right now, I'm thinking that it means you're kind of doubt your ability to be either clever enough or to be interesting enough to attract somebody, that maybe you doubt your ability to maneuver through that.
That's a good point
too. Or
you're
not sure. I'm not trying to detract from you, but you don't feel totally confident that you can make an impression that you would like to make. Which leaves us, of course, with the upright Six of Pentacles, which really says, and I think maybe I'm just going to say it a little bit differently than Banshee, you have to learn how to be yourself. Giving of yourself, being your true nature, which I believe is a nurturing, hopeful nature. People aren't necessarily looking for you to be witty, clever, interesting, a super brain or something like that. Not necessarily. I mean, I think a lot of it is really about you understanding where your emotional strengths are and how you can show them to people.
Well, I kind of feel like it's interesting, Mr. O, with your interpretation of that seven. I'm kind of feeling like this is a cause and effect here. You know what I mean? So you're looking at some of the defeats or failures that you may have had, you know, in meeting the right person, and it's kind of shaken you, you know, to the point you doubt your ability to attract, you know, people that you desire and that you want to build a life with. So I love what you said there as well. I think that might be the key, is what you said there as well.
I get those little weird feelings.
Would you like to
pick one?
Pick one?
Yes, everything's going back to normal, isn't it, Angel?
I don't know.
And I have the Ring.
My gosh.
And you're the Heart. Oh my goodness.
You know, Angel Mary, as things start to shift, especially as far as, you know, this pandemic goes, it is possible things are going to start to quicken for you. You know, this looks like the Heart and a commitment. I mean, it looks like love is going to come, something that could be more long lasting. And I'm thinking that this has got to happen, I would say, within the next three to maybe 4 months.
I'm not going to be that optimistic. I just think that it's ultimately coming to you, and that maybe it's coming 6 months to a year, maybe. But I think we answered your question in reverse. What has been blocking you is some of the things we've been talking about with the tarot cards. Yeah. But the actual timing seems to be more along the lines of, you know, up to a year or so. I think that, you know, it's mostly a matter of listening to what we're talking about. You know, be generous, be yourself, be giving. Don't try to force yourself to be something different. You have a lot to look forward to, and you have to look more towards what's coming rather than what was behind you. Yeah. But that's everybody, really.
Yeah. You know, it's been difficult, and
Hi, Laura.
It's been a struggle for all of us. So good luck with that. I wish you the best, and I'm sure something is going to happen. I really do. I wish I could give you more of a time frame, but I can't right now.
I'm thinking, you know, if we split the difference between us, it's 6 to 9 months, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't
maybe.
know. You can always ask again, because this is just a snapshot in time, as you know.
Well, and you know, sometimes you have to be more patient for this stuff to happen. But I'm getting a clear picture. Something positive is happening there for sure. So good
especially
luck with
the Lenormand, because one thing I've learned with the Lenormand is that they're really more about the nuts and bolts of your life, whereas tarot could be a little bit more abstract, a little bit more about your feelings or the emotions of others and things like that.
Oh, that sounds interesting. Absolutely. Let's see one of your decks, Mr. O.
Yes, absolutely. Let's use the Adrian.
Sonny is here, but he is off to the side. So you may not
Thank you,
see him
Angel.
again. We'll
Much
try to
love
get a
to you.
Sunny cam later.
Who's asking about Sunny?
No, I just
Oh.
because he made a little mew here. I don't know if you heard it. This may not have traveled to the mic.
If Sunny mews on the sound stage and no one hears him, did he really meow?
You silly boy. Oh, you're silly, Mr. O. Did you knock all the mouses off of here? You did. There's one on the floor way over there.
What are you looking
They're
at?
both on the floor. I had both mice up here, his toys.
Oh,
and they're all the way. He moved them completely away.
Thanks, Sunny.
So now I have to find something else to distract him. You silly. You're not going to be able to toss that. Ha ha.
Yeah, I think the Adrian Tarot is a good tarot to use for your question, my sweet.
Oh, thank you, Angel Mary. I'm having fun with Sunny here. Yeah, we don't know why, and I'm ready to talk to Comcast Xfinity because we've been having a lot of internet disruptions lately. It'll just go down intermittently and reset itself, and it's like we just got modems this year, new stuff. I just don't see why this keeps happening. So
And now Mercury's retrograde.
yeah, and I hate to have them come out to the home, but maybe we're just going to have to do that because I'm at a loss. I don't understand why this is happening. All right.
Okay, is there a message in those clouds and trails? Well, our first card is the Chariot upright.
Wow.
I love the Sphinx eye or whatever. And then we have the Page of Wands reversed. And then the reversed, or no, that's the upright.
Oh, it's upright, yeah.
Upright Five of Wands.
Oh.
So two wands, a Page of Wands and the Five of Wands.
Well, there is definitely some movement going on here, as exhibited by the Chariot. But you gotta, I don't know whether this is being cautionary to you or not. Do you want to go first?
I think the choice is
I
up to
think
you.
about it.
I think this may be talking about some of the situations you've been talking about, but I think what it's saying is that either you have to, that to some degree, you have to seize the matter in your own hands. The Chariot is about taking initiative. And I do think that it's maybe about possibly, but not necessarily in earnest, but combative kind of energies. That's the Five of Wands to me in this context here. Is there a word down there? I'm always looking for the words that they have sometimes. I can't quite make it out.
Here.
Because it was reversed, or tell me.
Uh,
What is that little word down
striving.
there? Striving, okay.
Striving. Well,
So that says, there's some work to do here. There's some ambition. It goes along with the ambition card, the Chariot, in a way.
yeah, in a way that does, that word. I would say that, there's some movement towards, turning some situation around. Maybe you've gotten some negative news, maybe there was a false start somewhere to something that got, you wanted to get off the ground. Some bad news maybe related to business, but it's saying that whatever it is, you need to stand up for yourself, I feel. The Five of Wands here is indicating to stand up for yourself or see if there isn't any way to kind of reach a compromise with people, or to take some of that energy from conflict and find a new solution. Oftentimes people will argue and they don't see, that the solution is right in front of them. you know.
And that's a good point, because now when I look at the Page of Wands reversed, then I'm saying that this is somehow the person or the situation that's caught in the middle between these forces, somebody who's trying to be diplomatic but maybe is floundering, and maybe it's because...
I guess that could be her. That
right.
could be.
And maybe you're just dealing with some really hard, forceful energies that are represented by the Chariot, that kind of, my way kind of thing, like, get out of the way, I'm in charge here, driving the chariot.
Yeah, got to be careful though, to apply that force, fairly, and not just run roughshod over people. There's a way to stand your ground, and there's a way to stand your ground, and you don't want to do it in such a way that people think you're badgering them or you're bullying them, because you're just going to make the conflict worse, So I think this might be a call for you to find a constructive way to end some sort of conflict or disagreement. What do you think?
Agree. Yeah.
Ooh. It's funny you mentioned the sunlight streaming through there, because what do I pull? The sun for you, my sweet Christina.
And I pull the bear, which we always feel is a sign of empowerment, especially for females, female energy, that kind of focus, the mama bear kind of thing.
Right now is a good time to showcase, your power, but your power in its most positive aspects,
Strength through nurturing rather than domination.
Yes, bring light to the situation, and emphasize your personal power, stand up for yourself. Don't be afraid to do that, but it's always how you do it that's what counts.
That's interesting too, because the bear, the she bear, stands up for themselves, and of course some of this stuff here really was talking about that too. And we're not saying, of course, you don't stand up for yourself, right, but we are saying that you will have to look at that a little bit more personal to yourself, perhaps, I guess, especially in the near future.
Hey, you're welcome, my sweet Christina.
You are welcome.
Good question. So Sonali needs a divine message. I'll get one of my other decks here. Let's use this one. The slippery one. Another slippery one, yes. Also, sorry to hear your father's going through a rough time, but I remember one of those readings we did for you, Sonali, that it really indicated he had a battle on his hands. So I wish him the best. I hope they can control that sugar level. I'm kind of worried about mine, though, because, my blood counts are all over the place with my problem that I have, and I don't like the fact that my sugar's now high.
So just a quick reminder that Banshee's Material Matters was on this morning, so you can get your week-long expose on how your financial matters, how your education and other success matters will go. Also, recently, my outlook on the emotional exchanges aired on Friday, and that gives you the likewise situation for all of the emotional spectrums in your life.
I think I saw I had 24 views the last time I looked. So thanks for all those who may have
what's
watched.
What's happening here?
I know. It's awfully good. I know. It's not even the full day went by. Usually it takes that long.
It hopped up about 5 views just in an hour or so.
So that's pretty good.
Excellent.
And if you haven't caught it, we also have a special offer on readings. Mr. O will show that, and I'll talk while he's shuffling. We have a special offer on readings for the month of June. Not only do you get 2 readers for the price of one, you get 2 readings for the price of one. Who could pass a deal like that up? So if you buy one of our 5 special readings we're offering at the price of $9, you will get 2 readings. We'll also throw in a 5-card Lenormand reading as well. And these card readings are either about emotional stuff, business, bigger picture, and they involve the different suits of the tarot. So each reading, like one is cups-based, one is swords-based, one is wands-based. So we want to throw that out there and give an extra reading besides and offer that up for the month of June. We are crazy.
All right, divine message for Sonali.
Indeed. Well, Laura, they're likely going to control them for a while, but because of my cancer situation, they'll never be normal completely. So they'll be high, they'll be low. Hopefully, best case scenarios, they're close to where they need to be for a while, and until they can find a cure, that's just the way it is. It is possible I could qualify for a stem cell procedure, but transplant, but I'm not sure that's going to work out. All right. So the Tower reversed is our first card here, Sonali. Well, let's put that one down. Let's move on. There's some that's the one card I'm concerned about. The rest look pretty good for you. You've got the 9 of Cups here upright. And then you have the 3 of Pentacles upright. So I think the message from the divine is that there are so many things you are doing right now. The 3 of Pentacles shows you just showing the best side of yourself to others. People think very highly of you. You're respected amongst your family, whatever the case may be, even at work. You're very well respected, and it brings you good things with the 9 of Cups here, upright. There's just, you can manifest your desires and goals if you put your mind and heart to it. But don't fall into a pattern here. The Tower is the one thing reverse that always bothers me because it's something that we can control. There's not much we can control in life, Sonali. We cannot control things like the pandemic, things that life might throw at us that are beyond our control. But we can control our responses to them and not allow ourselves to be swept up into it. We have to try to rise ourselves above that tide, keep our head above water. And it's a learning process. The more you go through life's crises, the more you learn. This is a time to take in the lessons of this period. So it's been very hard for you right now. And so this is a time, though, to take in those lessons so that you can be better equipped to manifest a better life for yourself as time goes on.
I think I would add to this, Sonali, the idea here, too, that you are able to use what you have learned, what you know how to do, and you do it in the best way possible so that people receive benefit from that. And that's even more shown maybe by this, too, that people feel enjoyed. They feel like they receive bounty or something from you. So once again, like Banshee says, though, you have to keep that in perspective. You have to remember that these are things you can control, but there are still things you can't control. And even in what you can't control, you can still try to learn what is the meaning of that.
Yeah. Go ahead and pull one.
All righty.
Oh, Sunny is departing.
And I have the Anchor.
Oh, the Anchor. And I have the Clover. My goodness. So I think the message is to stay solid, be the anchor for others right now. Be the anchor, also, be strong and secure in yourself right now. Trust that you are trust that you will persevere. Luck is on your side. Fate and luck is on your side because of, I feel this mindset over here, this positive, this positive you that you are showing to the world.
All of our lives go in cycles, and sometimes we're in a good cycle, and sometimes there's nothing we can do. We've already talked about that.
Yeah.
But I see that this is more about the practical parts of your life, and this is saying you are going to be anchored in a more lucky or opportune time.
Yeah, I feel that too. I think it's coming. I can't say when, but I can tell you what. These cards are really, really very positive, for the most part. It's just saying be sure, you don't let the episodes of what you've been going through, bring your soul down, because you have a lot of great things going for you. And the future is looking really secure and bright. So I wish you the best, Sonali. This is a really nice reading.
Thank you.
Good luck with that. And Deep Shika, you are up. And after that, after Deep Shika, is Lena, Apple and Eve, Angel Rivera, Libra Cusp, and Laura.
Okay, they may have already asked their question.
Oh. Did I have that down? No, I didn't, but...
Will they get married to HJ?
Oh, I didn't write that one down. Sorry about that. So get married to HJ? Okay.
I'm going to look and see if they added to that. No, they didn't.
Yes,
so,
no?
Right. We could do that. Okay. Mermaids.
Oh, I have my mermaids, but you can go ahead.
Battle of the Mermaids.
Yes. Well, I'm not saving mine for just love readings, Mr. O, like you. So. Oh, one card for divine suggestions. All right, I'll do that. I'll let Mr. O pick one, Sonali.
All right. So the mermaids got in it anyway?
How did I do that? All right, so this can be read reverse, so you know the drill. Just pick one, Mr. O. And that's the way you pulled it. So what do you got?
The Knight of Pentacles.
So...
Go steady.
Steady is, it's almost like that anchor card, because the Knight of Pentacles is kind of slow and steady and very, they know how to pace themselves. So I think that anchor and clover too is, sort of similar here. Is to,
it's maintaining
there's
a focus.
luck and there's good things happen when you pace yourself and you don't get ahead of yourself.
A lot of this does talk about material quality too, so this could also be saying too that benefits or that moves into a better area.
Yeah. So good luck, Sonali.
Good luck. Okay, so then for Deep Shika.
Yep.
Oops. I've already done some riffling, so there you go.
Right. Okay, and after Deep Shika will be Lena, Apple, and Eve, Angel Rivera, Libra Cusp, and Laura. Oh, to you as well. Take care. Wishing the best for your family.
We did analytics, and it seems like consistently people from your country or over on the Asian area are about 20% of our viewership. So we love that.
So we're doing a yes, no. Do you want me to count?
Yes, I do.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks again.
Well, it's leaning towards yes. We do have a, let's see, we have the Ace of Pentacles here. Upright. We have the Ace of Cups upright, or that's, that's reversed. But the Ace of Cups is upright. And then we have the Knave, which is the Page. The Page of Wands upright.
Okay, so the answer, Deep Shika, looks to be mostly leaning towards yes, you will marry HJ. It also seems to indicate that there's, I don't know how to say this. Everything is done properly. There's just sort of a sense of diplomacy or grace involved somehow. So I don't know if we're talking.
The Knight of Wands?
That's the knave, so it's the page.
Oh, the Page of Wands. Okay, the Page of Wands.
I said that earlier.
Okay, I thought of diplomacy as swords.
I'll let you go.
No,
I'll let you go.
The Knight of Wands to me.
It's the Page of Wands.
I'm sorry. Yes, it is the Page of Wands. I don't know why I keep saying that. The Page of Wands to me indicates possibly the start of something new, the birth of something new, like a relationship, So I feel here what this does mean and indicate to me that your relationship will deepen. I think it will go to a deeper level. And there may be some news you receive of that. That's what I look at it as the wand.
Okay, that's fine. I
thought you were maybe looking at it as a sword. That's why I was like...
No, I was looking... Okay, I suppose I might have been, but I thought you were looking at it as like a knight.
Yeah, you're right. That would have been... You're right.
We were both crossing the streams.
But I think...
We got it now.
I did get it, because ultimately the page is about new beginnings or news coming, good news coming, and, positive and growthful. So often it can indicate a birth in the family. It can indicate a marriage or a proposal.
Let's do the Lenormand.
I think it looks really positive.
Yeah, it looks pretty positive.
Let's hope the Lenormand backs it up. I know I went first.
Oh, but I have to show mine first.
No, I won't make you. Oh, look at that. Okay, you know what I think the next step is going to be? We have the child here, and we have the tree. And so... I think, Deep Shaika, don't expect any huge bells and whistles anytime soon. I think there's going to be some slower but steady growth here. The child is about small steps, I don't know unless things happen fast, because the other thing that's pretty indicated here could be a pregnancy. So I could see that in, obviously child and grow. And then, of course, we have that Knave of Wands. So if you are not in the pregnant way, I would just say that it's the child is also about taking small steps.
Well, since the question was whether you would be married to HJ, it looks like it's leaning towards yes. And these seem to say that it's just sort of moving to be that beautiful sense of growth, but not necessarily in a fast way. So maybe it may be a year or more, it may not. I'm not really sure I'm getting the time there, but I'm just saying it sort of moves not swiftly.
And that's what we have for you. So good luck with that. Hey, Dr. V, we'll get you on the list.
Hi there. Whoops.
All right, so we are moving along here today. We're on Lena. Lena wanted to know if she was going to reconcile with her husband. And then Apple and Eve, Angel Rivera, Libra Cusp, Laura, and Dr. V. So I guess we'll use my mermaid deck for that one.
Yep. So we are doing your reading, Lena, at the nearly 10 minutes to 3 mark.
I think this is another yes/no, right? Or do we want to do 3? We could do 3.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Let's see what we get. And if we need the yes/no, we can do it. All right, here you go. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Recently we had a new subscriber.
Did we? Oh.
He'll show up in a moment.
Yeah, you're right. I'm delayed.
That was at our last show.
Oh, you were just testing again.
I'm showing off.
Oh, there it is.
So I don't believe Yakus is with us today, but we appreciate
It's just stuck on my screen now, Mr. O.
It stays there for a few moments.
Well, that's kind of cool.
I could probably toggle that timing there, if that's what you'd like.
Nah, it's okay.
Alrighty. Shall I cut then?
Yes. That's the usual drill. All right. All right, then. Let's see what we have here for Lena. Okay, we have the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Oh, dear. We have the Page of Wands reversed. And we have the King of Wands upright.
He's a centaur. Or a shark or something.
This is a tough one, Lena. We might have to do a yes/no on this. What I can say is that you two are very strong-willed characters here. We've got that Queen of Pentacles reversed, and it's kind of butting heads with this King of Wands upright, I feel, and it's causing conflict. There is clearly, I think, some conflict here between you, and maybe it's in how you communicate with one another. What do you think?
I agree with that, and I would also say, too, that right now the ball is definitely in somebody else's court. Like, this is sort of like it goes back and forth a little bit, so it may not be exactly in your court right now. I'm not really sure I can tell who's waiting on who to continue the dialogue or the moving forward. It does feel to me like there are just some issues of communication that have to be resolved, and maybe something about material aspects.
Possibly, yeah. So that's okay. I'll tell you what, let's do a quick yes/no and see what the likelihood is of a reconciliation, because I think that gives us some background. There seems to be a breakdown of some sort in, I feel, communications, and it could be related, like you said, about maybe material or business matters, or it could be related to just the way that, you just can't, a lot of things just turn into fighting and arguments. You have a lot of strong wills going up against each other. So now we're just going to ask a yes or no if you will likely reconcile. And see what we get. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like our page. We really appreciate that. Like the video today or the stream today. It just helps us. So thank you so much for that. And for everybody left waiting for a reading, don't forget, if you want a Mercury retrograde outlook today, we can do that for you. Wow, it's leaning towards yes, but there's a but. Let's see, we got the Ace of Swords upright, we got the Ace of Wands reversed, and then we have the Moon. Something may, I would say, Lena, don't give up. Something may rekindle that romantic spark. There's the Moon here, which has an aura of romance about it. I think that's what needs to happen, is something to rekindle the love you used to share and have for each other. But also, it's kind of thrown me into an aura of uncertainty here with that upright. It's as if it's saying to me that it looks likely that you could reconcile, but there's a bit of uncertainty here, with the Moon.
Well, the Moon always presents variables because it's a cycle, and so it's a cycle that governs emotions mostly for humans, perhaps, but it also governs things that bring certain kinds of events onto our stage, whether they're just carelessness or things of that sort in general. Just certain things seem to happen more around full moons or possibly new moons than they do at other times. So what I'm saying, I guess, is really that give as good as you can, but expect the fact that this may still seem a little bit more drawn out, or may take a few more moons before it actually, occurs. It's looking positive, though.
It's looking more positive than not, but you do have some things to overcome here. Go ahead and let's see if the Lenormand can add anything to this.
The dog.
The child. So I don't know if you've known each other a long time, like if you had grown up together or anything like that, but there's some kind of loyalty here. Maybe this is just saying start slowly again. Try to see, if you can get beyond what's pulling you apart and be more a friend to each other. Try to reinstill that feeling of of companionship with one another. Go ahead.
I don't know that you said it, but I just wonder too if maybe children are involved in the relationship, and so whether or not that brings any particular emphasis from either quarter. It may be that because of loyalty towards the sense of the children and their destiny here, or what their involvement is, or anyone else who is somebody that is possibly protected by either party, supportive, dependent. Maybe it's an older parent. I don't know. Maybe it's somebody else. It's the loyalty factor that maybe is the biggest thing to try to emphasize or to try to recultivate too.
Well, that's what we have for you, Lena. Wishing you the best with that. Good luck. Thanks for joining us. I'll take those. Thank you. All right. Apple and Eve, you are up, and then Angel Rivera, Libra Cusp, Laura, and Dr. V. So anything else earth-shaking?
No.
No.
Not really.
Okay. Kind of quiet on our front here. Well, we do have plans. We have an interesting summer planned, but I'm trying to be careful. I mean, as much as I love to be outdoors, I have to protect myself against the sun now so much. So I got to be smart how I do things.
I've been trying to put a little more content on our website, TFT, tarotfortoday.com. And that is that I do a new version of the regular card of the day, but I put a little more music and graphics on it. So it's about a minute and a half long, but you might enjoy that. And we're waiting for Apple and Eve.
Did she just say she was stopping it? Or?
I don't remember.
I don't either.
I thought she joined in the conversation, though. So.
Yeah, she did.
So, Apple and Eve, if you're still here, oh, there you are.
Oh, okay.
The Mercury retrograde, yay! We wanted to do this.
My little sheep.
Okay, so I'm going to use the Adrian Tarot for that one.
The funny thing is, I realized to myself I didn't have I made all these different 3-card readings over time, and the one thing I never made was a Mercury retrograde one. So I'm going to be adding this one to my book. I don't know how I missed that. Anyway.
All right.
Yeah, it's that time again. Mercury, sigh.
Right after an eclipse.
After an eclipse.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. And the crazy stuff have been happening this week. Mass shootings and really unsavory things.
It's been a lot of bad stuff happening around Detroit area.
The The good news is our COVID numbers have really dropped.
Majorly.
Well, I think Saturday's total was only 400 some cases.
Yeah, in less than a week, under 500.
So awesome. Yeah, feeling much better about that.
Cut.
I know. Right.
All right.
Okay, your first card is, what area of your life will Mercury retrograde affect the most? Yeah.
It's the upright. Whoops. Let's turn it on there. Ace of Wands.
Wow.
So beginning of projects or enterprises may be affected.
Could be delayed, could be little glitches, annoying little irritations, like especially if you're doing something, I don't know, like live streams or whatever, Yeah.
And I don't know why, but I get the feeling, I just get the feeling that some of the work you're trying to do, some of the different projects you have really are going to be affected more than other things are.
Okay, so how best can you navigate the pitfalls of this Mercury retrograde?
And it's another wand card. It's the upright Seven of Wands.
Oh, so yeah, I think the real challenge here is going to be how to stay on top of things, how to make sure that you can, be on top of whatever it is that's going wrong, it's like...
It's kind of a stand your ground or stake your claim kind of environment there, that mostly just really showing off the positive attributes of wands and that quality and that energy.
It's interesting that this is both wand energy too, So it's definitely related to like business or enterprise, and it's just, how do you stay on top of it? How do you not allow these obstacles and these setbacks to starting new things affect you? How to get around it?
Well, you don't have... I've been around a long time, but I wasn't around too long before I realized that what ended up happening with Mercury retrograde is that you do see there are opportunities there. It's not always doom and gloom. It has some practical effects or defects, but there are actually opportunities.
So what will be the result or takeaway from this period of time?
And it's the upright Ace of Swords.
Wow.
How did you do that?
It's almost like we did a yes-no for you. But, I guess this is saying, yes, that ultimately the takeaway is that, you have what it takes to get through these little annoyances, All you have to do is keep your eye focused on the prize, and realize that these little setbacks are not going to ultimately stop you from achieving success.
It really says it's your strength of will. Hi, Nina.
Oh, hi, Nina. We'll get you on the list, and Wei, thank you, Wei. We will put you on the list as well.
The glitch you've been dealing with. Interesting. Okay, so it looks like it's going to just sort of...
Well, let's do some Lenormand here.
And, we actually know a few persons who don't seem to be affected by Mercury retrograde the same way most others seem to be. Not too many, but a few. Clover and the Cross.
Ooh. Okay, so despite, worries, grief, and setbacks, really, luck is on your side. You will get through this because it's almost like fated to work in your favor. We all have to go through these little trying times. Retrogrades just really throw me for a loop. This one in particular, Mercury always does. And I have a feeling Mercury, isn't it in Gemini? It's in Gemini.
Yeah, at least right at the beginning.
So, for me, because Gemini is my rising sign, I got to watch it. But anyway, this looks very positive. Like you will overcome things because it's just your destiny to succeed, with this goal or project. It's going to work out.
I want to be a little bit factual here because that does imply this strong sense of luck or destiny. But that's really based on the fact that you have high energies here. Even if the aspects are a little bit off, ultimately they're not with that Ace of Swords there. And so that parlays, in my feeling, into what is the groundwork of your luck and how it will enact with that.
Wow. Okay.
I've been using that word luck, enact.
Okay. Hey, whatever floats your boat, Mr. O. So.
There you go. Yeah, I know. I was thinking about that because I've watched that one.
Alrighty.
Very cool.
Well, that's what we have for you.
Very
hey, Angel
cool.
Rivera, you are up and after Angel Rivera's Libra Cusp, Laura, Dr. V, Nina, and Way. And as for you latecomers, if you'd rather have a Mercury retrograde reading like the one we did for Apple and Eve, we can do that in place of your normal reading. I'm just letting you know that that's available.
We can't guarantee that you'll have such a great one like Apple and Eve just did. That was pretty fantastic.
It's pretty good.
But we could try.
Sounds like it's going to be no sweat for you this retrograde, Apple and Eve. You aren't afraid of no retrograde.
Where have I heard that? All
right, so we're waiting on Angel Rivera's question, and then Libra Cusp, Laura, Dr. V, Nina, and Way. Oh, sure, absolutely. Let's give it a shot. Hey, it worked out pretty good for Apple and Eve, but, you know, one of your that was your deck, wasn't it?
Yeah, we can try yours now.
Okay, well, I don't know.
And you're welcome, Apple and Eve.
Oops. Let's give it a shot, Mr. O.
All right.
All right. Knock on wood. Yeah, I'll say. Oh, I don't know. It was off to kind of a wonky start for me already, but we'll see how it goes. Sometimes it's just really weird with the retrograde. Sometimes the very beginning is very bad for me, and the very end, and like the middle is kind of meh. You know, but sometimes I've had retrogrades that just one thing after another. Crazy stuff. But now that I'm working less computer issues. All right. Let's see. So let's take a look here. Looking good, Angel Rivera. Except this first card. But let's say we got the Three of Swords upright. We'll get into the meaning of the positions in a minute. Again, let's just put them all out. We got the Hierophant upright. And we have the World upright. Holy cow. So what area of your life will be affected by Mercury retrograde? Well, I think that Three of Swords here is kind of emotional upsets, you know, things that affect you emotionally or make you feel sad. You know, maybe the retrograde itself is just going to give you kind of a more, you know, depressive kind of outlook on things. What do you think?
Right. It may be that you'll somehow will have problems getting over something, or something will remind you of that. Or if this is happening now, that it may be that the effect is prolonged for some reason, that you're having a hard time getting over that particular heartbreak.
So how best can you navigate the pitfalls of this retrograde? Look at that. That's like making sure that, you know, I don't know, that there's structure and order to things. It also may mean that, you know, you have to kind of adhere to standards during this time. Just make sure you're following a routine.
You may have to seek or adhere to a higher spiritual quality that you understand, even if it's within yourself, or if it's someone you know that maybe can advise you.
I just had a funny here. Or maybe you have to get a higher authority of, say, a network administrator to help you with the computer glitches that are bound to happen.
Oh dear.
during
Forgot
the
all about that.
retrograde.
Yeah,
But
that's true
you
too
know,
in a way.
I feel like as long as you just follow the routine, follow the line, follow the order, things should probably go okay. What will be the results or takeaway from this period? Nothing bad. It seems as
Success.
though you're going to come off pretty
Completion.
happy. There's completion, like projects will be completed. You will get through this with barely a scratch, Angel.
Yeah, it
Looks
just
good.
pretty much seems like the cycle is complete.
Yeah. So just beware that, you know, one thing it will affect, I feel, is your outlook on things, you know. But so long as you just kind of go through your normal routines, don't do anything, I don't know, don't do anything radical during this period. Kind of just stick to the tried and true, and you're going to come out on top.
Well, it maybe that first one sort of talks about the idea that things that separate us or break us apart in our heart will give you pause to consider where you can actually make changes. Hopefully.
Am I first or you this time?
I don't know.
I think it's you.
Okay. Oh, darn. There's that child
The
again.
child's coming up a lot today. And the cross just came up again. Now, I just ruffled through there. So, you know, again, this might tie into that this kind of reinforces the Three of Swords to me. There's small worries, there's trepidation, there's a little bit of grief. It's small, though. It's very minor because the child is there.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, so, well, it can also say, though, Angel, you know, because I know your line of work, you know, that this grief could be coming from some of your youthful clientele. You know, so just don't let people get under your skin, you know.
Right, I think these mostly coincide with that first card, that the rest of it is pretty much saying you're moving through it and that really the effects are going to be minimal, that you probably will do better.
Yeah. So, hey, good luck with the Mercury retrograde period. That's what we have for you. And we're going to move on to Libra Cusp. Libra Cusp, you are up, and then Laura, Dr. V, Nina, and Wei. Oh, yeah, I think you can make it. I think it looks pretty darn good.
Yeah, it really did.
Yeah. Hey, maybe this will not be such a traumatic retrograde. From the readings I've done so far, it doesn't look like it's going to be for people. Hey, you're welcome, Angel.
You're welcome.
Okay, Libra Cusp and Laura, Dr. V, Nina, and Wei. Go. Okay. So yeah, you know, that was one thing we forgot to announce, but you did, is the fact that you're doing these enhanced card of the days now, which are kind of nice. So
right, and that's going to be every day at TFT
Yeah, so hopefully it'll bring people to come and take a look at the website, and hopefully we'll be doing more there soon. My focus, I know, has to go back there.
But also, I've taken the 2 pulls that I do on Thursday and Sunday, which are the Thoth one and the Navigator's Tarot, and those are also done just specifically enhanced for Twitter or Facebook with a verbal, an actual FaceTime live interpretation of those cards.
Well, Libra is not responding. Come on, Libra. Give you one more second. Otherwise, I got to put you at the bottom. Of course, once I start writing the name at the bottom, they show.
Libra will show up.
Well, all right, we're going to move on to Laura.
There you are. Hey.
Well, it's Laura. Okay, Laura, you were ready. Okay, so general reading for Laura. Let's see what's
So
up.
that's my deck,
That's
right?
your deck.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use the Dame Fortune wheel again.
Okay, so after Laura's Dr. V, then Nina, then Wei, and then Libra's at the bottom now.
Oh, thank you. And you'll be the next one after this, Dr. Victor.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, we will be able to.
We'll explain that when we
give
get
it
to
a
you.
shot. We'll give it a shot. I guess that's kind of an in-joke. I don't know. All right.
Yeah, I'm sure we can, Weasel. All right, so this is a general for Laura. And our first card is the Ten of Swords. And it's upright.
I'm writing down their requests. Nina will want a Merc Retro when it's their turn.
Wow, this is interesting because you have another upright 10, Laura. You have the 10 of Wands.
Okay.
And then you have the reversed 8 of Wands.
Well, I don't know. This is a period of some difficulties. It feels as though, you feel like that you have been, that something's weighing very heavy on you, I feel. And I don't know if it's a feeling of, like somebody stabbing you in the back or some betrayal of some sort. But there's something weighing very, very heavy on you right now. And it's draining you of your energy in a way. You feel kind of drained. You will be. I mean, I guess this is what's coming.
I think you may feel like you're trying to get away from a situation, but you can't fast enough. Like something sort of is holding you towards something or slowing down your movement away from what's bothering you. And you may be trapped in a situation with somebody who, I wouldn't say they're an enemy, but it may be somebody who doesn't have your best wishes at heart. So it could be somebody who is a personal enemy of some sort. I'm just not really sure how major they are. I don't feel, but they could be. I don't know. I just sort of feel like you're keeping some distance. You're just not keeping enough distance, perhaps. And so this may be coloring your thing. Maybe it's not a person per se. Maybe it's a situation you're trying to outrun from. I mean, this could also just signify something in your other part of your life that is oppressive to you, but you're held to with that Ten of Wands, and you're trying to get away from it, but you just don't have enough speed or energy to do that.
Yeah, I feel as though whatever this case may be, it's, usually when I get the Ten of Swords, I can say, well, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, the worst is over, but I'm not sure yet that maybe the worst is over, but there is just something lingering here, something that is weighing you down and you need to release, and until you do that or you're able to do that, it just looks like the energy's stuck right now.
Yeah, it could be that the two tens sort of have that effect together. They just sort of create a blockage of sorts.
Oh.
Stars and Dog.
So, I feel like there could be some help or some inspiration from somebody in your inner circle. If there's somebody around you that you're close to, I feel like there's somebody there who can provide you with a spark of motivation again to get out of the situation,
Yeah, it may be that you do have your own sense of destiny or fortune coming to you, but it's best when you can kind of gestalt with a friend, a loyal person. Maybe it's someone in your family even, or it could just be an aspect of yourself too that just really, when you go into yourself and you feel that sense of destiny that you feel for yourself, you realize that even if it's going to take longer to get out of the mess at this current time, you're loyal to that concept, that you feel you can stick with it. You have your own sense of being able to stick with things.
Well, and if this is not somebody else, in like your inner circle, this could just be indicating that you are really,
right.
you are really your own best friend when you believe in yourself, when you don't lose hope.
Well, and of course, as you say, hopefully it won't last long. These could be things that are happening because of the Mercury retrograde, too.
Yes.
So that's a good point. And
we
of course,
didn't do the Mercury retrograde reading, but that doesn't mean that's not reflected here.
Because I think Mercury retrograde is just a mess for most of us for about 3 weeks. So I'm just going to take a moment to mention that because somebody asked about that. And Mercury retrograde is a time or a quality where astrologically we feel that the planet Mercury's energies are working backwards to what they normally would. This is because it looks that way from a horoscope perspective or a telescope perspective.
Well, and the other thing is about Mercury retrograde is there's the 3 weeks it's retrograde, and then there's the week before and the week after that are kind of the shadow. Oh, it's 2 weeks before and 2 weeks after. So, God, it's really, it's almost 8 weeks, and it's 2 to 3 times a year, mostly 3 times a year.
The real cluster of it is that because Mercury is our fastest moving planet in the solar system, it happens about 3 times a year.
And electronics can go wrong, communications can go awry. It's not a good time to sign contracts. So, or buy appliances, they say even. So keep it in mind, this is kind of a wonky little period. If you're having a lot of computer problems, that could be why.
If you're waiting for messages that never seem to come through, that could be why. I've heard of people's answering services literally totally not working or totally defaulting.
So that's what we had for you, Laura. So good luck with, I'm sorry it wasn't better news, but kind of a heavy period for you coming up. And Dr. V, you are up, and then Nina, and then Wei, and then Libra Cusp.
All right.
You're welcome,
Great.
Laura.
You're welcome.
Okay, so waiting on Dr. V. So I'm well on my way to 2,000 Facebook or Twitter followers. I'm sorry. I think I'm at 1,934 now. So I've moved up quite a bit, and I think for sure probably by the end of this month I'll hit 2,000. Woo! Okay, I'm assuming JSI tomorrow. Okay, resuming JSI tomorrow. Will I be leaving within 2 months for another job? Okay, so is that my cards or what?
Yeah, it would be your card's turn.
Let's do.
Thanks for the question.
This one. Oh my goodness. They're so slippery I can't get them out.
So I guess you think it's possible you might be.
Working at it, Angel. And sometimes I don't have to. I'm just surprised sometimes. There have been people that I had been following for a while that suddenly finally are following me. I've been following some of them for a long time. And just the fact that suddenly they've decided, yeah, I don't know why I'm not following them. So that's that was pretty gratifying. All right. Okay, so let's see if they'll be leaving within 2 months for another job. Yeah, and it's really weird how it works sometimes. Whenever I hit that milestone mark, it seems as though people suddenly leave. I'll announce it, and then suddenly I'm under again, and then I bounce up again. It's really kind of crazy, but that has happened. That's why sometimes I wait till I have 2 or 3 over the number before I announce it.
Yeah, that's fine, Libra. And sorry we missed you. We did wait a few moments, but that's fine. And we'll just try to indicate when that'll be, too, so if you are cruising through. But we are getting close to our last half an hour, but it will happen. So, yeah, just go ahead.
Well, it's not a definite no, Dr. V, but it's leaning towards no. We did get the Ace of Wands upright.
So 1 ace.
Yeah. We have the Queen of Swords here, and that's interesting to me, upright. And then we have Temperance upright. To me, it almost seems like you're going to stay where you are. That Temperance kind of makes me feel that way. And it looks like some decision. Maybe you're just going to decide ultimately to stay where you are.
It seems like it's your own decision to end up staying. It may be because of what happens in the next 2 months. It doesn't seem like it's strongly supported. And as Banshee already indicated, there's the sense of temperance, of really putting it together, perspective, balance. So within the next 2 months, I would assume that probably you'll see that either it's not a worthwhile enough opportunity or it's not realistic enough for you to do it.
Or that you might not, get the opportunity. But I really have the feeling here it's more going to be like he and I both agree, your decision. And I feel that, you're just going to be weighing things, what puts you in a better position, and I think you're going to feel like staying where you are.
This is a card of strong analysis, a strong analytical personality. So that's you in this, I would believe. And so you're just going to have to measure everything and make your decision. But right now, it doesn't look like you really will decide that, or in fact, maybe the opportunity won't exactly be as strong for you.
I'm writing your question down so we have it, Libra.
So let's pull our Lenormand then, and
Yes.
We'll see what else we have for you, Dr. Victor. Clouds.
Oh.
And the fox.
That's really interesting to me. Because the fox is definitely about the workplace, It can be about work in the workplace. And the clouds, now in this deck, it looks like the light side is facing, the fox, which I think things are going to become clearer to you in time. There's going to be a clarity about where you should be and what serves you the best. And that's what I see here happening with the light clouds facing the fox.
Right. I think it's mostly the idea that you will understand your role and where your intellect or cleverness, which I've already indicated, will take you. And the thing is that you mostly just want to avoid the problems. That maybe you'll see that there are situations that will have more obstacles or more turbulent weather there. You're going to want to stick, or you'll just see that it's just really more natural to stay where things look smoother, a less bumpy ride.
So that's what it looks like right now, Dr. V.
You're welcome, Libra. And
that's what we have for you,
Dr. V.
Good luck with that. And so we are on Nina, who wanted a Mercury retrograde reading.
Okay, Nina. So we got you. It's going to be the Mercury retrograde.
Got you covered.
Was this my deck or yours?
Your deck this time, I think.
Okay, so I'm going to go back to the Adrian then for that.
Okay, after Nina is we, and then we have
and then
Libra.
Weasel, right?
Yep, right. I just said Nina, we, and then Libra.
Right, okay.
Okay.
So we will get to all
Are we on the
things.
same page, Mr. O?
We are. I'm going to rip it out.
Okay, don't be so violent.
Mercury retrograde for Nina, and as we mentioned, Yes, we did kind of explain that a little bit. It just basically is a situation where the normal Mercury energies are kind of reversed, and so it sort of causes stagnation or reversals in the sign that it's in. So right now, Mercury is in the sign of Gemini.
Yes. So it could be really emphasis on communications going amok. And so again, that could be networking, that could be computer problems, electronic problems.
Creative things.
Creative things. But Mercury itself also governs some other areas, such as health. So I feel that this is not a good time maybe to schedule, if you have a choice, medical procedures and stuff like that. And anything related to communications, could just run amok.
And you're welcome, Dr. Victor. Thank you for coming too. You're welcome, Libra. Appreciate you as always. So Libra, your reading will be somewhere in the last half hour, it looks like.
Well, you're the last reading, Libra, so
Probably
you'll be
right
at the end of our show, unless somebody else pops in.
Who would do that?
Well, any number of people
I know, I'm thinking of
that
them
we have
already.
had in the past.
So as a Sagittarius, I don't know that you're specifically affected by Mercury. That's not one of their planets, right?
But I feel that, well, it's hard to say what it would affect, but specifically for you. But a lot of the generalities just affect us. I mean, if you notice more computer problems, appliances, or your car going on the fritz, oftentimes Mercury is responsible.
The culprit.
Travel delays, things of that nature.
Okay, so here's your reading then. First card.
And as a Sagittarius, dreams and travel, some of that could be affected. Go ahead, just lay them out. Okay, so that first card is what?
It's the King of Swords reverse.
Okay, so this is the area of your life that Mercury retrograde will affect the most. So I feel like, decision making, and making decisions at this time. It's going to be kind of a very difficult time for you to really do that. So anything you could put off, if it's a major life decision, can we wait till June, whatever that date is? I think it's June 22nd.
Right. These decisions might be about justice itself or fairness in a way. So they're not like just, trivial decisions kind of thing. They may be about somebody's, access to freedom or access to their sense of power too. So it could be yourself.
Well, so we'll go look at that again. But that second one is how best can you navigate the pitfalls of this retrograde? Whoa, it's the devil, isn't it?
Well, you may have to be a little bit devilish about this, but seriously, it sounds to me like there's sort of an application here towards maybe control, that maybe if there's any, things here that are a little bit loose, you might want to have control over them.
So the devil, in how best you can navigate this retrograde, I feel, when I'm thinking of Gemini and communications, is to exert a little bit of self-control in how you communicate with others, Don't let things get carried away. Don't let arguments get out of hand. You might be tempted with the devil here to be too controlling and try to manipulate people, with your words or your feelings about things. And try not to do that. Try to be fair, and try to be balanced. And not try to control or manipulate, with your words and your conversation.
I like the devil here because and thanks for pointing that out, Angel, because I think that the overall quality of the deck is to look at these things sort of as, more appropriate angelic kind of things here. The whole Adrian Tarot is really kind of that way to me in a way. Anyway, thanks for that observation.
And so what will be the results or the takeaway from this period of time for you? Oh, the Three of Pentacles reversed. Is that reversed?
Yeah.
It is. Well, the takeaway is maybe, or the result is that, you might be able to turn this around. I have a feeling it's intimately tied into this. How you respond to people in this period will be how they view you, once all is said and done. I mean, your reputation could be at stake, how people look at you, positively or negatively. How do you want people to look at you when all is said and done and you get through this kind of difficult patch here?
And I'm a little bit differing here on this one, Nina, because I sort of feel that this is saying that maybe you just really won't care about how people are thinking about you, that maybe you'll feel that their intentions are not necessarily truthful or honest in either of those regards there. And to that degree, I sort of feel that it kind of coincides a little bit with the devil. And of course, there's a star there, there's a star there. But maybe it's really about you just really knowing that to some degree, the things you have to do are not necessarily comforting to some people. Either of those cards say that, but you know that maybe more or less there are still things you have to do, and so you only really have to rationalize them to yourself.
Well, I think whatever resonates on that card, but I feel that with the King of Swords there, you really got to govern the decisions that you are making. And like I said, maybe if they're really important, life-changing kind of decisions, you could put them off a little while till things are more clear. The devil just indicates you could allow, you could allow things to get the better of you here, So you don't want to come off as too controlling, too manipulative. You want people to see you in a more positive frame of light. And so that's my take on it. But you want to sum up yours again?
No, I think I'm good with what I said.
Well, okay. If you're good, I'm good. Oh. Bam.
Clover. And the heart. You pulled the heart.
So I feel that this might be saying in this case that, if you want your best use of this time and to make things work properly, and what would be lucky for you is to show your heart, to don't be governed, don't get cold during this period and calculating and manipulative. Act from the heart level, be more empathic with people, in your conversations. And, if you have to make difficult decisions or have difficult conversations, be sure that, you empathize with the other side. You may not be able to see their point of view completely, but if you have empathy and you show empathy, that would go a long way.
Well, it could be that to some degree, because Mercury is retrograde, so we always maybe misunderstand things. So it could also be saying that maybe it's possible you won't understand who's got your back, who cares about you, or maybe that's true of you and somebody else. So maybe the person that you should be caring about, you're just sort of a little bit distant during these next few weeks. It could also be saying too that either the perception of luck isn't quite there, or it's projected differently onto somebody else, that maybe you're looking at somebody else's luck and wishing it were yours, or somebody's looking at your luck and wishing it was theirs.
Well, and another way I could interpret that card is, yes, that could indicate this period could be a time of being lucky in love. But also maybe the luck is coming from somebody you are already close to. It could be family, it could be friends, if not an actual lover. So that is possible as well, that there could be some luck through associations at this time.
I wanted to say that actually, but I said, well, we're doing a reading about Mercury retrograde, but Lenormand really is more about the practical things in fortune telling, and tarot can be that, but can be more about the spiritual, mental, philosophical tropes that are going on in your life as shown by tarot.
Mm-hmm. So hey, good luck. I hope you enjoyed the reading. And all right, let's move on to Weasel. You are up. So
And you wanted a health reading.
Right. Is this just a general look at health, or did you have something specific you want to know about? Just let us know that.
Yeah, we want a clue. Just a little one.
Well, just a little one. If it's general, that's fine. And after will be Libra cusp.
That should close out our hour.
That should.
Our 2 hours.
Yeah, so, okay, so let us know. What is it? Is there something specific, or you just want a general? Is it my deck or yours?
Yeah, probably yours. Chest and head. Okay. Thanks for that.
Okay. So now remember, this is the one thing I have to say, is that we are not medical doctors. We're tarot readers, and we're just going to see what the cards have to say. That's our little disclaimer.
It
By
did
all
fly,
means,
didn't
if
it?
you are concerned about your health, you should check with a health practitioner.
We are not legally entitled to give anything like that. We can only give you things to think about mostly.
Yeah.
And if they resonate, then you should think about them more and do what's the right thing that you know, which is maybe talk to an expert about that problem.
Whoa.
That was kind of pithy, wasn't it?
No, that was kind of clunky.
Clunky.
I thought. Here you go. Shuffle away, Mr. O.
Yes, the time did fly.
Yeah, it did today. I can't believe it's already the end of the show. My goodness. And we filled up pretty nicely, so that was nice. We read for everybody pretty much today. We're even getting Libra in, so good day. We should be going to our son's after. We're kind of hedging. But there's a little party outdoors at his place today. And we should get out, I guess, briefly, if nothing else. All right.
Okay, our first card is the Chariot.
You got two major arcana cards here. That's one. You have the Emperor, too, upright. And I don't know why. I think I'm going to want to look at the bottom card for this one, too. And the Six of Wands is reversed. I have the Queen of Wands here.
Okay.
So I think what it's saying to me is that you need to take charge in this situation and take a further look at things. I don't know why. When I'm looking at that Emperor card, I sense that maybe you do need to seek out somebody to get some advice, and it might in fact be more of a specialist.
Okay.
In this regard, somebody who maybe ear, nose, you're saying chest and head, so might be ear, nose, and throat doctor might be a good place to start. And I think you need to move towards doing that. I really feel here, I don't see anything super majorly wrong, but there may be some setbacks that you might encounter should you not look into it.
Well, I'm seeing what you're writing there, and so I realize that probably that's not satisfying to you.
Oh.
So the Chariot, I think, to me means that it's really going to be up to you to really pursue this. The Chariot is initiative, is drive. If there is a reason to do that, which I'm not clearly seeing, though, it really will be more based on you pushing towards that. The Six of Wands reversed seems to indicate that maybe you don't have that full picture, or that maybe there is something there to be of concern. I'm not sure exactly what it's talking about.
Well, it's interesting because if I had to say something now that I've read what you've said there, that this Chariot means you have been moving from doctor to doctor, experts to experts, and still they fail to really come up with what's really going on here to your satisfaction. So the Queen of Wands indicates to me that you still have to assert yourself, and I understand this really well. I probably should have been, if I take anything to heart about my own health condition I'm going through, I should have been a lot more assertive years ago in trying to get to the bottom of things going on with me more. They may not have been able to find this condition out anyway until it really blew up in my face, but I think that they might have been able to do more research than they had I been more aggressive. So this might be saying to you, take that aggressive approach. Keep searching for that answer.
Well, the Emperor is always really about the person who has the most control. Mm-hmm. And I want to know that this is really going to be you in a situation. The thing is that, of course, one person against a medical institution or even a collective of them is just that one person. So you have to be the strongest advocate you can, because you are basically aligned against a situation that maybe is not looking at the same way as you are.
Yeah.
And we've all known a number of people who feel that way, and we've had that problem with the medical institution. The book.
You definitely, okay, now you've got the book and the cross. And I could read this two ways, so I'm going to be upfront with you about this. But the one way is clearly you need to do some more research yourself in order to alleviate the worries and the fears and the doubts that you have. Or you need to find somebody who will help you, get to the bottom of this problem. And you need to get to the bottom of this problem, because I feel here that if you don't, there could be problems later.
The cross is about the things you worry about more than the literal idea of it means, some sort of, figure that goes on.
Well, I would say this to you that, you may uncover that sometimes the cross means a lot. Because of my condition, I've been looking up and studying the Lenormand more in regards to health issues. And I think this could indicate you might have a chronic problem of some sort that's developed, like, say, asthma. It doesn't have to be anything that's inherently life-threatening, but it could be a chronic condition that you might be dealing with.
Well, and the book says finding out things. The book is knowledge. The book is an illumination. There's a sun behind the book, or there's some sort of sphere there that has sunburst from it. And I take a strong cue from that this is really about confirming the idea that you will have to find this. You will have to take that charge, be that one in control. And right, I think Banshee said that better. So far, the efforts have failed you. You remain having to be in the position of being your own advocate and
Yes.
your best authority towards that. So good luck.
Hey, good luck with that. It is not easy, even for this librarian. These doctors know coming in, when I come in, I have looked up stuff,
I think it says ultimately you're going to find out. That's what I think that means. But it just seems like it's really going to be all on you, and the rate of progress is dependent on what you're able to do with that. The Chariot usually means swift.
I hope this helps somewhat. I do. I know it didn't quite get down to the condition of what is going on, but I sense here there may be something chronic, that can be maybe, treatable with drugs or, lifestyle changes, things of that nature, because most of these cards are really pretty positive here.
Yeah, that was the challenge.
So I do feel that, you're going to just have to stay up on it. And good luck with that.
Right. There was nothing here that went specifics to health situations. So it was hard to get a read on it. I'm glad you were able to tell us about, what the condition is or seems to be.
All right. So we're moving on to Libra Cusp. And Libra Cusp wanted a message from angels, the guardian angels. Okay. Your deck.
Back to the mermaids.
All right. Yeah, I think you do. You just got to keep at it, and I'm on my third diagnosis right now. I did get some results back from another test I had. I just haven't talked about it yet because I have an appointment in June and I really need more information on this one. Because as rare as things are for me, they just got rarer.
You're welcome.
I need to know what's going on before I talk about it. So,
So we are starting Libra Cusp's reading about Guardian Angel's message at about 10 to 4.
Right.
And you're very welcome,
Hey,
Weasel.
you're welcome,
Thank
Weasel.
you.
Good luck with that.
Good luck. When it comes to health, I certainly do not take it for granted. Mine.
All right. Okay,
We used to work with doctors.
Well, we worked in medical libraries.
We
which
know
really
they're
helps
frustrating.
Me as I search.
Weasel says they're frustrating.
And I'll tell you what, that last test I have, and nobody has talked to me. I just got this news, and I have to decipher it. There are some terms in there that are like way beyond stuff I used to deal with. So I'm looking things up all the time, trying to figure it out.
All right, so for Libra, we have the Seven of Cups reversed.
Okay.
We have the Six of Swords upright. And then we have an Ace of Cups reversed. So this was a message from the Guardian Angels?
Yeah. You want to go first?
Okay. Well, I think the Guardian Angels want you to focus, or feel you will find your focus if you move forward in confidence in a way, and maybe not really thinking you need to look back, and that maybe some of this is about what you thought was pleasurable or was something that made you happy, but maybe it isn't, and maybe the guardian spirits want you.
I have to stop. Sorry. Hold that thought. Lena, we did your reading. We did it in order that they came in, so that was a while ago. You'll be able to replay the tape and find it. And the best I can tell you right now is your reading came between Deep Shika and between Apple and Eve. So it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 readings in to our show. So we did your reading. We're done. You'll have to go rewind to go find it.
It's probably within that first hour to 40 minutes or so.
Yeah, I think so.
40
Good luck
minutes
with
to an
that.
hour.
But we are done, and it's in there. So just rewind the tape, and you'll be able to find it. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
Okay, so anyway, though, what I was feeling, though, was that the guardian angels maybe are saying you should move towards this new realization, this new goal, and that maybe what you're leaving is something that is not really happy for you, or it's not happy enough, or maybe it started happy and it turned unhappy.
Okay, so Libra, what I think I see here from the guardian angels is this. You know, you need to focus on what you have to do to move your life into calmer, into a better place. You know, this is like a call to you. The angels are saying you need to move to a better place, not to focus on emotional upsets and hurts that you might be feeling. How can you do that? By focusing maybe on something, one thing in your life that could bring you happiness right now, that could bring you pleasure and enjoyment and a sense of fulfillment. I really feel like you need to lift your spirits up in some way. That Ace of cups being reversed there, and move yourself into a more positive direction. And it's not by just filling yourself and your mind up with mindless thoughts or activities. It's by focusing on something that truly brings you pleasure and enjoyment.
Well, the focus is something that really kind of epitomizes a strong need or a strong goal
Desire.
you have, desire.
Yeah. And so I think the angels say it's time to break free from, things that are not working, making you feel happy, and to not try to fill your life with just a lot of things to keep you from dwelling on it. It's to really focus on what brings you joy and work on it.
And I think that a lot of times when I see the Six of Swords, the one thing I don't mention is that it really feels like it's an act of bravery too. Like you are being brave to move into a new direction because you don't necessarily know for sure where you are going. Oh, was it me?
Yep.
The ring.
Well, look at this.
Oops.
And the pathway. And so, we've got the ring and the pathway. And so to me, it's saying commit. Commit to a path. The angels are saying now is the time, yes, to move towards the path of your fondest or your strongest desires or goals or dreams.
It may be saying, too, that your own sense of personal happiness is not the key thing here. You can be happy enough, but really it is about what this path brings to you. This is about a direction that you need to take. Maybe it's the one you've always wanted to take, but you need to really secure yourself towards that. Focus on that vision and move towards that.
Well, what a nice reading, actually, Libra. I think this is awesome, and, this is a call to you. So, heed the call. That's what I would say, and that's what we have for you, Libra. Good luck with that.
Alrighty.
So, again, don't forget we have a 2-for-1 sale on readings on our website, TFTtarotfortoday.com, for the month of June. You'll never see a deal like that, or not often. So take advantage if you're interested, and you can definitely score that on our website. Sign up for one. And if you have any questions, contact us.
You're right. You can also contact us at our Facebook page. We have a little inbox there. You can leave us a message.
DM us on Twitter.
You can write to us at Gmail, TFTtarotfortoday@gmail. And, of course, you can leave us a comment here with your email if you want us to get back to you, but maybe that's not as secure, so I don't know about that one. Here's our schedule, though, so if you want to come back on Thursday for a reading, that's when we're back.
Thursdays have been kind of quiet. Every so often they pick up, but if you want to get in for a reading, Thursdays are a good night. And you never know when we'll be popping up. I hear rumors there might be a pop-up live stream.
Yeah, we are
soon.
thinking about that. You never know. You never know.
So take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your Sunday. We're going to sign off, and we will, on time, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye now.